Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for hopping on and joining with me. If you're new to this channel, make sure you're hitting that subscription button, you guys, to stay tuned and stay notified. I post up videos every day, and also hit the notification button, the little bell, to be notified when I post it so you can listen to it right away. So with that being said, let's get into it. So you clicked on this video, you already know what I'm going to talk about, where believe the patterns, not the apologies. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because so many times, right, we're in relationships and we see the patterns, right? But we get caught up in their apologies because they say to us, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. I'm sorry that, I did that. It was a one-time mistake. I'll never do it again. But then again, the patterns is saying something different. In the moment, we fall into the apologies. We listen to the apologies. So we listen to all these apologies, but there's a pattern. There's a pattern that they have, that they're doing the same thing over and over and over again, just with a different person, or a different day, or a different week, or they did it in a different way. But it's the same patterns that they're having, doing the same messed up stuff. It could mean they're verbally abusing you. You know they're verbally abusing you, but they come back and they say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was having a bad day. I'm so sorry, you said something that triggered me, or they gaslight you, and then they try to manipulate you and put it out, switch the story around and put it on you and make you feel bad for you getting upset or feeling sad or feeling ways that on what they did to you. So you use a form of manipulation or gaslighting. Or then they cheat on you. They cheat on you and they come back and they say, I'm sorry, it was a one-time thing. I never meant to do that. This happened, and they have a big story, right? Or they lie to you consistently, right? They're constantly lying to you. You constantly catch them lying to you. And then they want to say sorry. Then they create another story on why they're doing this or why they're doing that. Believe the patterns, not the apologies. And this is the biggest way that you can learn how to love yourself and respect yourself and start learning how to set healthy boundaries. Because when you start to dive deep into understanding the patterns and not accepting the apologies anymore, that's when you learn how to set healthy boundaries. And you start saying to yourself, listen here, motherfucker, I'm not accepting no more apologies. I'm gonna put a huge boundaries on what I'm gonna allow you to do to me and what I'm not gonna allow you to do to me. Now, okay, you did it. And it's up to you if you wanna allow them back in and to allow them to have a second chance. That's up to you. But with that being said, let me tell you that when you do that, right? And this is a tip on understanding that when you do that, you are now lowering your standards to allow that person to know that they can come in and out of your life whenever they feel like, to keep doing those same patterns that is there from the get-go before their apology. It's always been there. The same patterns to come back in your life and do the same thing to you over and over and over and over again. Now, with that being said, been there, done that. Everything that I've talked about on my YouTube channel, I've experienced. I noticed that after me and my narcissistic abusive ex broke up, I had a pattern of kept allowing him to call me or talk to me or do whatever, have access to me whenever he felt like it, right? And then because it would start off at, talking about my daughter, he would just come back in and say, well, you called me or you talked to me about, and then flip the script and blame it on me. That I'm the one that started up everything. Just because it started off with just a conversation about my daughter, right? So again, gaslighting, right? Manipulation. So I noticed that pattern, and I said to and I'm realizing to myself, Tracy, you need to nip that in the bud. Because at the end of the day, how can you make room and space to allow new things to come into your life if you're constantly allowing that pattern to happen inside of your life? And it's the same thing. This is why I'm giving the advice. This is why I'm giving you guys tips and seeing this, to see if you're having a pattern with that person, to see that at the end of the day, am I allowing these things? And if I am, how can I stop them? Tip: how you can stop them is understanding, is there a pattern, right? Understanding if there's a pattern, and if there is a pattern, starting to understand that you need to have healthy boundaries for self. And from the having healthy boundaries for self is setting self-love for self, right? And it's okay if you snip up and you allow that person back in. Look at it. A lot of times people judge themselves. Don't let nobody judge you for you making mistakes and going backwards. Don't judge yourself. Learn the lesson. Every day, every hour, every month, every year, whatever it be, you're here on this earth to learn, to grow, to evolve. There's no such thing as mistakes. Well, there is, but in those mistakes, you learn valuable lessons about self, to grow, to become a better version of yourself, to attract better in your life, right? So the biggest tip is understanding that it's a learning curve. It's a learning lesson. No matter how many times you go back to that person, no matter how many times you slip up and you call them, no matter how many times you allow them to take advantage of you, all those is your journey, your learning lessons, your growing spurts, right? So you just got to ask yourself, how much teachings do I need? And if you feel that you still need to get taught and taught and taught and taught and taught, go through it. Go through it. And little by little, you'll start learning how to set healthy boundaries. You'll start learning the patterns of that person. You'll start learning, do I really want to put up with this shit anymore? Because everything is a learning lesson, right? But it's being aware and awakened of what it is that you're learning, what it is that you're experiencing. So this is why I'm making this video, to help you guys to understand that don't just get manipulated from these people listening to their apologies. Educate yourself. Be knowledgeable about what it is you're going through, right? And that knowledge right there is what's going to help you to put your foot down and say enough is enough. I'm not going to allow this person to go back and forth inside of my life. I'm not going to allow this person to take advantage of me. I'm not going to allow this person to lie to me. I'm not going to allow this person to cheat on me. I'm not going to allow this person to gaslight me. I'm not going to allow this person to do this, that. No, you're going to learn how to set healthy boundaries from educating yourself and knowing the ins and outs and what this person's doing inside of your life, right? We have the power of our cell phone in our hands every freaking day, right? So my tip to you is, if you're going through certain experiences and you feel that it's wrong, trust your intuition. Another tip, educate yourself on what it is that you're going through. If you're going through a narcissistic abusive relationship, pick that phone up. Educate yourself about narcissism. Educate yourself about narcissistic abuse. Educate yourself about the victims of it. Educate how it affects your mind. Educate yourself on how it affects your emotions. How can you heal from it? How can you grow from it? Right? There's so much tools to help you in your situation or whatever it is that you're going through right now, right? This is why I'm making this video. So this can be one of your tools to wake up and stop accepting the apologies, right? Stop accepting the apologies and now looking at the patterns. So if you're watching this video is meant for you. This video is meant for you to stop and analyze, am I going to keep accepting the apologies? If I am, okay, great. What's the boundaries? Or you're no longer accepting the apologies no more, and you start analyzing, what are the patterns that person had with me, right? Because 99.9 out of 10, those toxic people or those toxic exes that hurt you, manipulated, lied to you, cheated on you, whatever, they have a pattern. They have a toxic pattern, right, that they had with you. So educate yourself. Write it down in a journal. Write it down and analyze it. And see, every time you talk to that person, every time they try to, is there manipulation, right? And analyze it and really take it in and see, is it through their sorries and through their manipulations that I'm getting sucked back in, right? And I'm forgetting about self. So the biggest tip I can give you is to not accept those apologies and look at the patterns is how do you feel? Ask yourself. After that person, you talk to that person and they apologize and you talk, how are you feeling inside? Do you feel sick inside? Or do you feel sad? Do you feel anxiety? Do you feel frustrated? All those are all signs telling you that that person's apology is nothing. It's nothing. Because your inner spirit, your inner body knows. You know. A lot of times your intuition is telling you this person's toxic, this person's not good for me, I know this person's lying to me, I know this person's a cheater, I know this person manipulates me, Your inner voice knows. But sometimes we just want confirmation. We want confirmation from the outside world to say, yeah, this is what it is. Or we want to see them do something and then believe this is what it is. No, trust your intuition. Your gut feeling inside of you is always right. When that voice is telling you, nah, that person doesn't mean it, they're going to do it again, they have a toxic pattern. And when you start to educate yourself about your situation, trust and believe, you'll start being more awakened to be like, nah, this is what it is, right? So stop accepting the apologies and start looking at the patterns. And when you start analyzing the patterns, start educating yourself more about your situation, you'll start seeing yourself not accepting the apologies no more. You'll start seeing yourself setting those healthy boundaries for self. You'll start seeing yourself loving yourself more, to saying no, not just speaking words that, oh, I know I'm worthy. I know I deserve better than this. Why don't they treat? No, you'll start stop talking it and you start setting those healthy boundaries to treat yourself with love, treat yourself with care, treat yourself in knowing deep down inside that even though I know this, I'm going to treat myself better than this. And how you treat yourself by starting little by little is analyzing and educating yourself the things that you're going through right now inside of your life. Because life is not happening to you, life is happening for you. In that situation, whatever it is you're going through right now, it's trying to talk to you. The universe, God, whatever you believe in, is trying to talk to you and teach you a valuable lesson about your situation, right? To learn, to evolve and grow. And again, this is why I'm making this video, to help you, share with you these tips, give you this strength, give you this motivation to stop accepting those apologies from those people and start looking at the patterns and what's really going on. Because our heart can say one thing and our mind can do another. I know this. Been there, done that. Still kind of going through it, right? But you gotta allow your mind to be more stronger than your heart, right? And go on the facts. What are the facts? What are the facts? Are the patterns. The facts is the patterns on the toxic shit that they're doing to you. The facts is, are you going to keep accepting it? The facts is, are you learning your lessons, right? So those are the facts. Start dabbling into the facts. And that's what's going to set you free from that toxic situation. Because ain't nobody coming to save you, right? Ain't nobody saved me. Ain't nobody was there for me. I had to be there for myself. And all these tips and all these tools that I'm sharing in my YouTube video is exactly that. Me coming to save you. This video is to save you. This video is to help you to wake up and realize your worth. Whoever is watching this, I don't know if you're a man or a woman. You are a queen. You are a king. You deserve the world more than what that toxic person's giving you. But you have to see it within self. And when I'm talking about this and I'm saying this, it's me. I'm there too, right? And that's why it's so empowering what I'm saying to you, because we all make mistakes. We all have hiccups. We all are still learning and growing every day as we wake. Nobody's perfect, and there's no such thing as being perfect. But at the same time, that's why it's so important not to judge yourself, right? And to, again, love yourself enough to ask the right questions about self and educating yourself to break free from that pattern of accepting people's bullshits and their apologies, right? And seeing their patterns. And again, this doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship. It could be a best friend that's taking advantage of you. It could be a coworker. It could be a family member, right? It's a wide variety of people. It doesn't matter. If you see a toxic pattern with those people and they're constantly always saying sorry to you, right? Like, it's time to wake the fuck up and say, nah, I know the patterns within you. Now I'm going to set healthy boundaries. Now I'm going to love myself. Now I'm going to know how to be, now I know how I'm going to be able to react to you, right? You have that power within inside of you. You're very powerful. I know it may not feel that way, but I guarantee you, you are. You have that power to get up, rise up, wise up inside of your life. And that's exactly what you're doing with this video. You're becoming more wiser, right? And through that, when you become more wiser, you'll rise up inside of your life. So stay tuned, you guys. I hope that this video has given you some good tips and motivated you and inspired you in some sort of way. I always say in all my videos, each one teach one, share the love, share the knowledge. If you found value in this video, please make sure that you're not only hitting that subscribe button, but you're also sharing it. Sharing it with somebody else that you know. And it doesn't mean that you have to share the video. I mean, share the knowledge, share the motivation of what you learned from this video. Share it with somebody else. right? Because you never know who needed to hear this. Because like I said, it varies on different people. It doesn't have to be about a relationship problem, right? So share the knowledge, share the love, and join the Wise Up, Rise Up community today, right? I have this is a movement. This is not just a video I'm making. This is a movement I'm starting to help other people out there to wise up and rise up inside of their life to become a better version of themselves. Go check out my amazing podcast. I drop podcasts every Thursday. Just dropped one yesterday, right? Go check it out. It's on Anchor. It's on Spotify. It's called the Wise Up, Rise Up podcast. I also have an amazing TikTok video. If you're going through some relationship issues, I post up almost 3 videos every day about relationships. That TikTok is growing. I've got a lot of good comments on that TikTok on how my advice has helped them, inspired them, and motivated them in some sort of way. Go check it out. I'll leave the link in my comments. Also, you guys have an amazing Facebook group. I have an amazing, I'll leave all the links. You guys just join the community and let's keep growing and wising up together, you guys. So I'll see you guys again on another video, and I hope this has inspired you. Stop accepting those apologies. Stay tuned to the patterns and what they're doing. Take care.